So let's see the comment of the Book of the Law, April 8th through 10th, 2004. But I don't remember when the comment was done. The comment. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. The study of the book is forbidden. It is wise to destroy this copy after the first reading. Whosoever disregards this does so at his own risk and peril. These are most dire. Those who discuss the contents of this book are to be shunned by all as centers of pestilence. All questions of the law are to be decided only by appeal to my writings, each for himself. There is no law beyond do what thou wilt. Love is the law, love under will. The priest of the princes, Ankh Ath An Kansu, because Ankh Kansu is what's mentioned in Stele 666 that they saw on September 23rd in the Bulak, the Cairo Museum. And there's another number that it has, but that's the Bulak number. And so Centers of Pestilence is made clear by its last chapter, right? Because, the behavior being mentioned there is quite severe. But we need to look at the idea of a black magician as something other than just, they do things that are wrong and offensive in the sights of others, because something is bound to be wrong regardless to somebody, to everyone. Of course, what comes to one person, their spiritual experience, it's good to look at what they have to say and what they do before interpreting it. And it's quite the experience for some people to burn a book. And some people are like, whoa, this is a magic book. And either it's so offensive after reading this short book, or it is, oh man, I got to do what it says. I got to see what happens. That, for a lot of people, it's a psychological thing. Now, there's more in the book that I have printed, but a person could handwrite a copy and do that sort of thing. So obviously the forbidding is not upheld, but let's see what comment I wrote in the print of the hand copy. I wrote more another time, but Chapter 2, 76, Full Magus Wheel, Prophetic Light of God. Whether you're talking about the 4638 ABK 24 Algmore 3YX 2489 RPSTOVAL, or some other matter. Now, there could be chief explanations, or there could be different explanations for each person. If it's a book to be experienced, that is, there's certain individuation that occurs, no matter how perfect a text is. It's not bad, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there are universals and there are individual matters. And certainly number mysteries and stuff like that, looking at number values of words, you can come up with different words and such. 237, offer a wedding feast for commemoration of your wedding. 240, Hodge ends with a sacrifice, not just for sacrifice's sake or to achieve a purpose. It's part of devotion or obligation, which is then feasted upon the poor, family, and self, are the portions it's divided into. It is according to the divine order I don't know what word I put there, but anyways, it all shows equality. So the pilgrimage includes symbols of equality, but you're enacting, the Meccan pilgrimage, you're enacting psychology. And I went to a spiritual realm that kind of enacted some of that myself. I don't know if I'll ever make it to Mecca or go on any other formal pilgrimage, but 2:15. I'm 8 and 1 and 8. 17 are the required bows in the Salah for the day. Because 3 evening, 4 dusk, 2 dawn, 4 early afternoon, 4 late afternoon, which I think when I'm done here, I'm supposed to lead some early afternoon prayers. I think I heard someone in. I hope that's a person. And I am not seeing any comment there. But to make sure that this gets out, I am going there. So let's go backwards here. There's more. So there are symbolic ways. There was a cult in Egypt, an Egyptian cult in California. I think maybe the internet and maybe rising housing prices or something drove them away. I haven't heard of them for over a decade. But there was an Egyptian, they saw all the masks as symbolic, and it all is the same god. Found them on the internet. They supposedly had a temple or a storefront they rented out or something. And the ordeal. Now, people question, I want the 9th degree. Ew, I don't want the 9th degree. It doesn't mean that one has to sin, per se, or that one has to do something, completely against one's sense of dignity as your 9th degree task or your 10th degree task. It's, you got to be in control of your sexuality. That's what that ordeal is about. But there's other ordeals. But should we surprise people? You kind of want a surprise. Because a surprise is, you're going to look into a mirror. They're going to poke you with swords and hold up hammers against you and stuff like this. But they're not really going to hurt you, and they're going to blindfold you and do those. It's like the psychological effect of going through these ordeals is mostly play, but you want to take them seriously, to have your experience and to show your commitment to the group, and the stele revealing being translated within the 19 days between the writing of the Book of the Law and the experience and the Rose Kelly going around the Cairo Museum to find Stele 666, that double-sided artifact that I show in the thumbnail. And the presence can certainly develop, and the psychic ability as one goes on in one's various practices. But we need a firmness, a striving. In this temple room, that's what the black is. It's that stage of striving. So there's the 3 stages. You got the acceptance. You got the, you want wholeness. But you have to strive for it. You have to strive to maintain it at times. And have complete self-mastery, that white flag, or mastery of others. So suffering is definitely not part of the thing. And you got to be willing. You got to be willing to be looked at as evil and ignorant in the eyes of others when you're pursuing truth. It's not about their opinion. It's not about popularity. It's not even about your own personal opinions. There's got to be ground in these opinions, and you go after that. Again, I believe I already referred to the mystery. Mysteries of numbers, formulas, and names, and words, both given. In my responding to New Age religion, I definitely talked about some of that. in terms of words and what they mean, because it matters to me. You try to find out what your words and the symbols mean. Now, it doesn't mean that beings per se have meaning, because beings of other realms are just like us in respect of there being objective realities to such things. But whether constraining, casting out, different modes of worship, regularity. You got to be willing to be regular at things to the point where you can actually experience them, that they can be a continual regulating factor of devotion. But understand that you are able to bring out your own light, that you are able to know your own specifics, able to do your own interpretations, and you're able to have confirmatory experience of these spiritual things.